The month of May was a huge month for dividend payouts across my multiple dividend stock portfolios. This right here is one of my largest dividend stock portfolios with around 25 more or less different stocks and ETFs in the portfolio. This portfolio specifically is currently valued at around $492,000. Now in this specific dividend stock portfolio of mine, some of my largest positions are things like 1,000 shares of Apple, 651 shares of Realty Income, 1,092 shares of Devo, 671 shares of JEPI, 1,000 shares of Verizon, and so on and so forth. Now in this video, we are going to go through and see exactly which dividends from this stock portfolio paid me in the month of May and see exactly how much each position paid me. We're going to go through all this and more. Right after you, please drop a like in this video and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Alright guys, so here we have it. If we sort out all of my transactions by dividends and go through just the month of May, these are all the dividends I was paid on just this one single portfolio in the month of May. Now let's start all the way from the bottom. On May 1st, we received a $100 dividend from JP Morgan. Now this $100 payout was from my 100 shares of JP Morgan that I've been holding on to for multiple years now. JP Morgan is a quarterly payer, so I don't receive this one every month or anything. But this was a pretty significant payout to start off May. The next payout that I got in May was one of my biggest holdings and one of my biggest dividends that I'm paid on a quarterly basis. This was my $652.50 payout from my 1,000 shares of Verizon. Now I've been holding on to my 1,000 shares of Verizon for quite a while, and although I am down on actual share price on my holdings, I have been selling cover calls on these 1,000 shares to make back a lot of the money, and the quarterly dividends are pretty massive. Next up, on May 2nd, I got paid out from X Yield and Q Yield. I got paid $69.55 from X Yield and $141.87 from Q Yield. Now these two don't pay the same amount every single month, but they have both been rather consistent in the last 12 months or so. Next, on May 4th, I got paid my biggest monthly payer, which is from JEPI. I got paid $283.62, which also doesn't pay the same exact amount every single month, but has been more or less consistent, and I think we're all hoping for bigger dividends ahead from JEPI. Also on the 4th, I got paid out from JEPQ, which I've definitely been adding to my JEPQ position over the past few weeks. I got paid $32.43 from JEPQ. I got paid a quarterly distribution from Enterprise Products of $203.84. On the 15th, I got paid from National Retail Properties, $56.10. I got paid a quarterly dividend from OHI, $201 from OHI. I got paid a monthly dividend from Realty Income, which I receive every single month, $163.97. Which, side note, from Realty Income, this dividend has been going up consistently because I've been buying more and more Realty Income on a pretty much a daily basis. Every time the market's open, I try to grab a share or two of Realty Income, especially at the prices it's been at as of recently. Next, I got paid out from KMI Kinder Morgan, $16.67. This was all on the 15th, by the way. On the 15th also, I got paid from Main Street Capital, $10.80 from Main Street Capital. Stag Industrial, another monthly payer, $25.48 from Stag Industrial. I got paid $1.10 from Horizon. This is a very small position. On the 18th, I got paid out $240 from my 1,000 shares of Apple. Now, Apple did raise their dividend as of recently, which took my quarterly payout from $230 every quarter to $240 every quarter, which isn't horrible, but I was really hoping for a little bit bigger of a bump from Apple's dividend. And I've talked about on previous videos that I'm actually considering selling my 1,000 shares of Apple and moving all the cash into something like SCHD, for example, just because I'm not all that thrilled with how fast Apple's been raising their dividend over the past few years that I've been holding on to it. But let me know what you guys think down below for that. Next, I received a 92-cent dividend on the 22nd from CEFD. On the 26th, I received a 15-cent dividend from SPHD. SPHD is a small holding of mine. I've been looking to add a little bit more to it as of recently. But also on the 26th of May, I received $95.16 from NewC. Now this takes us to the end of the month. We're at the 31st of May. This is always a big payout area for me. I get paid a lot of dividends towards the end of the month because I do own a lot of closed-end funds and ETFs like that. So on the 31st, I received a 40-cent dividend from AWP. I received a $9.44 dividend from BUI, which is a BlackRock utility fund. I received 80 cents from RQI, and then once again, actually, just because of the way that this month sort of had their ex-dividend dates and payout dates, I received another dividend from X Yield and Q Yield, this time 52.54 and 137.92. So if we scroll down to the bottom, you can see that X Yield, for example, paid 69.55 last time and only paid out 52.54 this month. So these YLD funds can definitely be inconsistent, but you kind of have to know that going into investing into them. And I'm definitely pretty comfortable with it at this point. So 52 from X Yield, 137 from Q Yield, and then from BDJ, which is a very consistent BlackRock closed-end fund, I received $93.35 from BDJ. Next up on the 31st, we have Devo. Now, Devo is one of my favorite monthly paying ETFs. It's a very well-diversified ETF, and this one normally pays around 14 cents more or less, and that's per share per month. Now, this month, I got paid $152.09 from Devo. Last month was a little bit higher, but overall pretty consistent. Next, I got paid 84 cents from ABR, $24.26 from ETJ. Then we have BST, which has been paying very consistently for a very long time. You have to give credit to where it's due. BST is the BlackRock Science Fund, and they've been paying consistently around 25 cents per share per month for a very long time now. And then my very final payout for the month is $2.66 from UTG. So what's kind of fun is if we sort all these payouts by the highest to the lowest, you can see that as of May, I was paid out the highest by far from the quarterly payout of Verizon. And then, of course, JEPI, which is very impressive because JEPI does pay out on a monthly basis. So I do own a lot of shares of JEPI, but the distributions, the dividends have been really good so far. Then we have Apple, and then we have EPD. So just those 4 holdings alone brought in well over $1,000 in the month of May. And what's cool about this portfolio and my investing strategy as of right now, I'm currently just allowing all of this cash balance to build up in my cash balance in this portfolio. And then the way that I invest normally on a daily basis, weekly basis, is I consistently dollar cost average into holdings that I want to buy more of, things like SCHD, Realty Income, pretty much any other common dividend stocks or ETFs that I'm sure a lot of you guys buy also. I consistently buy them on a weekly basis in order to constantly, hopefully, have my monthly dividend income go up and up and up. So now that we saw exactly how much this portfolio brought in as far as dividend income for the month of May, I'm sure maybe some of you guys are curious on how much this portfolio brings in on an average monthly basis, and of course on an estimated annual basis. So this portfolio, as of right now, brings in an estimated annual income total of $24,821, or around $2,068 per month. Now this portfolio has an average yield of around 5%, so not the highest yield, but also not the lowest yield. And as you can imagine, not every single stock and ETF in this portfolio pays me on a monthly basis, so certain months are going to be higher and certain months are going to be lower. Like for example, it looks like I have 31 positions paying out dividends in the month of August, and then every 3 months from there, I have the biggest amount of payouts, and in the months in between, I earn a little bit less dividend income from there. But I want to hear a few things from you guys down below. Which out of this entire list is your favorite holding if you could only choose one and hold on to it for the rest of your life? The other thing I want to ask is, did you also receive any of these dividend payouts throughout the month of May? If you did, comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like in this video and subscribe for more. Thanks as always for stopping by, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.